What's up, everybody? You're tuned into the Cris
Ammo.
podcast, episode 214, Takeover Wednesday. So, hope everybody's having a good night, whatever you're doing. You're at home, you're at work. We appreciate y'all tapping into the live stream. If you're listening on the playback, we appreciate you too. Put a comment in the comment section. Got a few things to speak on, some NBA topics. We're going to do our college football championship week picks and our NFL picks and give you some BetUS short five picks. So, a little
Mhm.
light tonight, you know what I'm saying? We had to come on a little late, some things happened. But we here to entertain y'all regardless. So before we get into that, Mar, how you feeling, sir?
Feeling good. Look, man. I'm gonna take the blame for everything. Why we late? It's my fault. I had a malfunction. One of my lockers couldn't get to my keys and all that. So my bad. My apologies, man. Players mess up too. But hey, we gonna make the best of it, man. We gonna have fun for this show, man. I'm excited to do it, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. Can't complain. Life is good.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start with the college picks, man. There's only a few games that we can really discuss that's really worth mentioning. Um, so Friday, we got the Mountain West Championship. UNLV getting that rematch against Boise State. This is the third straight year that we got UNLV versus Boise State, but this is the first year with Dan Mullins at coach. Now I know early in the year, UNLV got thumped by Boise State, but I think this team is a little bit different from that team that they faced earlier in the season. I think the defense is playing a lot better. The offense was always rolling this year, but I think it's now full complementary on both sides of the football and special teams too. And so I think this is going to be a different outcome. I actually do think UNLV is going to win this game. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, but I got UNLV winning 35-27.
No, I think obviously with the first defeat, it was at Boise State, 56-31 that we lost. And look, man, I think this UNLV defense has been playing a lot better, especially after that game, towards the second half of the season. You look at Colorado State, they only scored 10. Utah State, they scored 26. Hawaii, which is known for having a nice offense, they only scored 10. Nevada scored 17. Look, I know they're not Boise State, but I think at this moment in time, I think if we can't give them at least a respectable showing where this game isn't close, then I don't know when we're gonna be able to do it with Boise State until they actually, maybe get better recruiting or something like that. But I'm truly excited to watch this game. I think our boys are gonna have a great shot of winning this. And you know what? I'm gonna root for my boys, man. I think UNLV is gonna pull the upset over Boise State. And I'm gonna go. Let's go 38-37. I think they found a way to win, man. I think the defense gets a big key stop that people aren't expecting, and the boys take home the trophy, man. And we all could be proud of this team. We're already proud of this team and what they've already accomplished this year, especially the last 2 years. But man, bring the title home, man. I think y'all deserve it.
And before we get into the next, I do want to shout out UNLV. They have the number one recruiting class in the Mountain West this year. That is a history making recruiting class this year. So they got a top recruiting class this year. So Dan Mullins, and shout out to I think it was Boyd Gaming. They donated $10 million to UNLV athletics. We need more of that. You know what I'm saying? If we can get Boyd Gaming, the Fatitas, and MGM and any other big company that's out here in Vegas to donate to the UNLV athletics. That's all.
Yeah.
All it's going to do is just boost her for NIL deals and keeping coaches there for a long time to come to make this look like more of a lucrative job to come to, and possibly maybe you put UNLV in one of the power five conferences.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think we're a sleeping giant. I think we are a sleeping giant. I think there's a lot of talented kids that come out of Vegas already. As far as like heading to, like, we see a lot of kids that come from Vegas that are at big time colleges. You know what I'm saying? So I know a
In the
couple.
league.
I know one that's at USC. He's gonna be nice. He's gonna be nice. It was his freshman year this year. He didn't get too much time, but homie gonna be nice. And with Dan Mullen, it seems like we're going to be lucky enough to be able to hold on to him for another year. I think that's a great thing. It kind of establishes a culture that he's already built, and it's going to maintain that. And I agree with you with the addition of Boyd adding that $10 million. Hopefully, Glenn Lerner, you guys got all these commercials. Like, go donate, brother. Go donate.
Ed Bernstein, all of them.
All y'all lawyers, lawyer up, donate to this program, because I think at the end of the day, UNLV could definitely be a sleeping giant and maybe potentially get into a Big 12 situation, or if
Mhm.
10 is able to reestablish themselves, maybe get into that realm. So I think the sky's the limit. And it all starts with Friday. If they can win that, then look, man, we can be the next dynasty in the Mountain West, or in whatever conference that they see themselves in the next couple of years.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, we got number 11 BYU traveling to Texas to face number 4 Texas Tech. Texas Tech has been rolling this year. BYU's been playing really good ball too, but Texas Tech has just been on a mission. That defensive line is a problem. They got the linebacker, the quarterback is really good. And I think this is going to be too much for BYU in Lubbock, Texas. I just think Texas Tech is going to be they're going to be rocking. They're going to be rocking. And so I got Texas Tech winning 31-21.
Yeah, man. It's actually gonna be at AT&T Stadium. So, but I think it's still a home field advantage for them
Yeah.
anyway. Because that Texas crowd is gonna be rocking for sure. Yeah, I got Texas Tech. I just think their D line is amazing. I like their offensive side. I like their quarterback. I just think BYU, he's a young guy. You know what I mean? I think he still has a lot to learn. Obviously, the likes of him already playing Texas Tech, that could help in their advantage, but I just think Texas Tech is just a better overall team. And I think they've proven that, that for them to no one predicted them to be top 4 in the nation at this particular point in time, and they rightfully deserve it. So I think Texas Tech wins, and I think they win in a strong fashion, just like they did in the first iteration of it. I think BYU will be a little bit more prepared, but I just think overall, I just think Texas Tech will be the winners, and I got them winning 35-24.
Yeah, for sure. Then you got number 3 Georgia traveling to Tuscaloosa to battle number 9 Alabama in the SEC championship. These two met earlier in the season, and Alabama got the best of them. But I think lately Georgia has been playing a lot better football than Alabama has been playing, and I'm gonna pick Georgia in this one. I got Georgia winning 24-17.
I think styles make fights, man. I think Alabama just matches up well with Georgia. I think they really do. They're very familiar foes. It's kind of like the instance with Georgia versus Texas. I just think Texas does not match up well with Georgia, and I think it's the same instance with this. I think Bama's going to win. I think it's going to be one of those all-time great SEC style matchups. I do agree with you. I think Georgia has probably been playing better, at least the last couple weeks, but I think Alabama will be ready. You know what I mean? I think they have a lot to play for. They still have an opportunity where they could get left off of the playoff bracket if they were to lose this game, depending on how they lose this game. Even though I think it'll be kind of hard, I think they'll find a way to get Bama in, but they don't want to risk that. And then we already know that crowd's going to be split 50-50. But I just think Bama, I just think they match up well with Georgia. And I got a close game. I'm gonna go. Let's go 23-20. I think Bama wins on the last second field goal, and they win the SEC title.
Then you got the ACC championship. You got Duke traveling to Virginia. Virginia has been playing really well football this year. Duke has been pretty good too. But I don't think this game will be close. I actually got Virginia winning 42-17.
Look, I don't know how the ACC figures out who's in these national championships. But there's no reason in hell why Duke should be in this national championship game. We all know it should be Miami versus Virginia. We all know it should be that. There's no reason why Miami shouldn't be in this. And I look, how many losses? How many losses does Duke have? 5. They got 5 losses. Why are they in the conference championship game? Like, what are we talking about? Look, college football has a lot of different things to go off of. And look, I know we kind of start the show off late. I still want to kind of talk about this whole coaching situation that's been going on with Lane Kiffin. But look, Duke has no shot in hell. I'm sorry. Virginia's going to win this game, and it's going to be like a 45-14 game. That's how I feel. But Duke is going to be highly motivated because everybody's saying they shouldn't be in this game, and I won't be surprised if it's a little bit closer than what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we got the big matchup of the week. We got number 1 Ohio State facing number 2 Indiana. We got Sand versus Mendoza, Jeremiah Smith You got Cooper Jr., I think his name, on the other side. That defense of Indiana versus this offense of Ohio State. Ohio State coming off of a big win over Michigan, are finally getting over the hump. I do have some, maybe they come out a little flat because they finally slayed the dragon of Michigan. It is just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But and they're gonna make the playoffs regardless what happens in this game. It's not like Ohio State loses and all of a sudden they're out.
Nah,
like,
they'll still get a bye week. They're still gonna get a bye week.
Yeah. So it might be one of those things with it, but I don't think they come out flat. I do think that they want to show Indiana that you're still little brother. You're still not on this level. But if Mendoza wins this game and he's the reason they win this game, he will be the Heisman, and they will be talking about him being the number 1 overall pick next year in next year's draft. I'm telling you right now. So, but I'm going Ohio State. I got Ohio State winning 28-20.
Look, man, this is going to really be a telling story, I think, for both teams. I know a lot of people want to put Ohio State on this high pedestal. I still think their schedule was really, really weak. It's not so much more on the defensive side. I still think that defense is really good. I know people want to say this is an all-time great defense. I don't even know if this defense is better than last year's, me personally, especially going into it. It's not. Like, I think it's still a really good defense, but I don't think it's in the likes of what that defense was able to do, especially during that playoff run. That was like some of the best.
So they don't. My bad. They don't have a Sawyer. They don't have the Hawaiian kid.
JT,
They don't. Yeah, they ain't got neither one of them.
Ain't got that. And even on the offensive side, I don't even think they're as elite as they were last year because they had Quinshon Judkins, they had Trevor Henderson, and then you had what's my man's name?
Micheal
Buka. You had the quarterback who was on fire, who's better, who was playing way better than what Saying was. And look, this is going to be a test because on both sides, I think this is going to be a real true test to see if Saying is really that cat for this year. If he's going to be able to take this team to the playoffs, because look, you're Ohio State's facing nothing but top tier opponents. Indiana's facing nothing but top tier opponents from here on out. Both of these teams are going to be in the playoffs, so this is going to be a well-rounded matchup to see who is going to be the playoff favorites. Because I think whoever wins this is going to be considered the favorites going into the playoff brackets, and the first couple rounds. So I'm going Indiana, man. I think Indiana is tired, especially that ass whooping they got from Notre Dame last year. And then a couple of the ass whoopings they got from Ohio State the last couple of seasons. This is their year, man. If they can't beat Ohio State, if they can't prove that they are the top dogs in this conference, and I think they got all the talent in the world to match up well with this Ohio State team. I think I trust the quarterback more than Saying at this point. I do think they do have overall better talent as far as on the receiver side, but I low-key like the running backs better in Indiana. I really do.
Yeah.
I think I like that. The D-line on Ohio State. No, go ahead.
I know you're not a Mendoza guy, but I think Mendoza's better than Saying.
I think I would trust. I think I would trust Mendoza. Like, look, I'm not going to shit on Mendoza. I just think personally, I don't think he's number 1 pick worthy to me. But again, I don't think there's any quarterback that's number 1 pick worthy to me coming out this year. But I know somebody's going to reach for Mendoza. I know my saying's been. I know he's wear the 2 knee braces like Andrew Luck, but he ain't going to be Andrew Luck. Look, I still stick to that, but I think they have a lot of key things to Indiana that I think can go well in this game. I'm truly excited to watch this game. I'm gonna be at home. I'm gonna be tuned in. I'm gonna watch every second of this game because this is gonna be truly probably the biggest games of the year so far before the playoffs start. This is probably gonna be one of the biggest ones. So I'm gonna take Indiana. I got them winning. I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be a defensive battle. I'm gonna go. Let's go 20-17 Indiana.
Okay. I like that. All right. So those are our college picks. I know you said you wanted to talk about the Lane Kiffin thing. What was your thoughts on the whole Lane Kiffin situation? If people don't know, if you don't follow college football, Lane Kiffin, he was the head coach of Ole Miss. It was a whole big old mess about him coaching the Egg Bowl against Mississippi State and him taking the LSU job. The LSU job came up. They gave him an ultimatum: you either stay or you go. He chose to go to LSU, and he wanted to stay and coach. into the playoffs. They told him no. I think this is the dumb part to me, but you allow his OC come back and coach after he's going to LSU with Lane Kiffin. Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, I know you're trying to do that to spite him, but it's just like, why would you let the OC come back and coach the whole team into the playoffs?
Yeah, because he can recruit just as well as probably Lane
I'm
Kiffin
just
can.
saying. And the whole recruiting argument is stupid to me, because if they're gonna leave, they're gonna leave.
They're gonna leave regardless. Yeah. Like, my whole thing with Lane Kiffin is like, look, number one, we all know the calendar year for college football is trash. Like, it's terrible. That's one of the reasons why they kind of have to make these decisions. Because I think the portal opens here pretty damn soon. Recruiting, all that stuff like that is all kind of like winding down going into this next year. Can I be at fault with Lane Kiffin? No, but I understand why people would be upset, because he has this kind of reputation where he's willing to leave certain situations and leave people high and dry. I don't think he has the highest character. If I'm a head coach, I couldn't. Me personally, as a man, I couldn't personally see myself leaving this team knowing the opportunity that they have. I think they have a great shot of winning the national championship if Lane Kiffin was still there. Now, obviously, we'll definitely see how they look without Lane Kiffin. As far as like the play call and all that, they still have all the players. It seems like I don't think any of the players are going to leave the team, at least from what I've heard. I could be wrong, but look, I'm not mad at anybody that wants to look at him different. I would, because you're pretty much leaving these kids high to dry. And I get it, the opportunity to coach LSU is a thing, but I think it says more about the likes of Florida had the opportunity to hire Lane Kiffin. They chose not to. Alabama had the opportunity to hire Lane Kiffin last year. They chose not to. And I think that says a lot. I think that speaks volumes, because especially with Alabama, you would think would want to choose somebody who was in the same realm as Nick Saban in that same field, especially in the high tier, as Lane Kiffin, which is kind of funny. He gets put in this high tier like he's some like elite coach, and he hasn't won shit. This is like honestly his best year ever as a head coach for a college football program. So I don't think I would put him in the same likes as a Ryan Day or a Marcus Freeman, or hell, even homie from Clemson. Like, I know he's had his moments, but at least he's won some championships, man. You know what I mean? Like, he's not Nick Saban. So LSU, look, congratulations, you got your coach. You got two of the most hated coaches ever with Kim Mulkey and my man Lane Kiffin. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. But at the end of the day, there's no more excuses for Lane. He needs to win a championship, and if he can't do that, I think his whole coaching career, I think, is riding on this moment right now with LSU. If he does not bring a national championship home, I give him 3 years, especially with the NIL money that's going to be dealt out. I give him 3 years. First year, we'll see what, anything, we'll let anything slide. That second year, we better see at least you make be a top 10, top 5 team. And then that third year, you better be one of the title favorites for sure. You better be elite. You better at least make the national championship game. So we'll see. I think Lane Kiffin was an interesting thing. I know my Florida Gators, they hired I forgot my man's name.
The dude from Tulane.
Yeah, the dude from Tulane. Summerall. Like, look, he gives me Napier 2.0 vibes. I know a lot of people said his mannerisms are a little bit different from Billy Napier, but it's pretty much the same G5 guy who had a decent Tulane career. We'll see, man. I'm not gonna get excited. A lot of people with Florida Gator fan base isn't excited. I know a lot of people had their eyes set on Lane Kiffin, but we'll see. I'm gonna give him a fair opportunity, but I'm gonna let you know the fan base isn't excited. And I think the best hiring so far, I think, is Virginia Tech. I love
James Franklin.
Yeah, I love that. And it's kind of crazy. Penn State still don't have a coach. They still don't got a head coach.
Well, they're trying to get old boy from BYU.
Yeah, he ain't coming. So who they gonna get?
And BYU up that bill. They put some more money in his back pocket.
Go ahead, Penn State. Go ahead, call Chip Kelly. Go ahead. He out there sitting around. Go call Chip.
I can see that.
I was also hearing Mike Tomlin. I was also hearing
Tomlin said no.
He said no. No, okay.
Yeah, he already said in the press conference there's no. He said there's not enough. There's not no blank check that a booster can give me.
He wants to stay in the NFL. I know he wants to stay in the NFL for sure. And go ahead, come to my Raiders, my boy. Pete Carroll about to get fired here. Quick.
He
Quick
better
line
be.
and sink. Nah, facts. What's your thought? You got any more thoughts as far as like the coaching carousel?
Yeah. It's been crazy, man. There's a lot of hirings have been going on. A lot of coaches have been leaving left to right. I know UCLA. Who did they hire? I forgot who they hired. They hired somebody. One of them. I think they hired the coach from James Madison. That's what they hired.
Yeah. They did.
So he left. Who else got hired? Somebody. K-State's coach is retiring. They're getting Colin Klein, who was the quarterback for K-State years ago. He's going to be their head coach. It's been a lot of movement, man. It's going to be interesting to see how this transfer portal thing goes and who goes with what. I think Lane will be the most interesting because what quarterback is going to get tied to Lane? You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna be the overall his success. Is he gonna have enough? I'm not gonna say enough because LSU, you're definitely gonna get some playmakers. But you and LSU, you got the resources, you got the alumni. You got to bring in the playmakers now. You know what I'm saying? Like Ole Miss, he brought some players in there, and I'm not saying Ole Miss ain't got no money to get resources and players. They definitely can get players, but it's different in LSU. It is different in LSU, and you could go out there and get Jamar Chase to call somebody and say, "Hey man, come to Justin Jefferson. Hey man, come to LSU, man. You can be just like me." You know what I'm saying? Like you can get that.
Oh yeah, you got Ryan Clark, you got all those guys.
You got all the big time Marcus Spears. Like you can get guys to come and call and be like, "Hey, come on." I know Riola's in the transport. He about to go to like somewhere else.
You know, look. If this, I'm gonna say this: if Riola goes to Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes, bro, you need to get a restraining order on Mahomes. You need to get a restraining order on him.
I can see him going to like SMU.
SMU.
Like that. I can see
like that. The thing with Dylan Raiola is I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know.
He's got a big arm, but his accuracy is terrible.
Yeah, and I just think he just tries too hard to act like Mahomes. I think just be yourself, be your own thing. What you think about Chris Henry potentially not going to Ohio State? You know, there's been some rumblings about that.
Oh, Hartline's going to South Florida. That's why. I mean, and that's going to be interesting for Ohio State because he was the wide receiver whisperer. He was the guy who was getting all them top wide receivers. That's why most of them Ohio State guys in the league look so good because Brian Hartline. So, and he about to get some of them recruits come on. Mate, don't be surprised some of them dudes go to South Florida and ball out. So
I wouldn't be surprised. They have some of the better wide receivers. Where do you think he goes? I know he's going to choose between Ohio State still and Oregon and USC. What do you think would be the best fit for him?
USC because Lincoln Riley.
Yo, man, USC got the #1 class coming in next year. It might be nasty. They might be nasty. And last thing, what do you think about this whole college football playoff as far as rankings with Notre Dame being ahead of Miami? Texas, they have 3 big wins, but they also have a couple bad losses. Who do you think should get in as far as like a couple of those teams, depending on how everything goes out?
I don't agree with Notre Dame being over Miami. They lost a head-to-head. Now I get it. Miami hasn't looked the greatest in this season. They started.
They had 2 bad weeks, but they finished off the year pretty strong.
They've been cool. You know what I'm saying? Like they have their games where it's like, okay, they look like the Miami that we saw in the beginning.
They looked really good against Pittsburgh last week. I think they looked really good.
They did. I'm not saying they shouldn't get in the playoffs. They definitely should get in. It's just, I don't think Notre Dame should have been. You want to talk about a team that ate off of bad teams this year, and I like Marcus Freeman. But they ate off of some. Their
schedules, and then their best win was the USC win, and that was at home, and it was a close win. And I could honestly say, if USC was playing at home, they probably could have easily won that. What about Texas? They got 3 big wins. They had the big win against Oklahoma. They dominated against Texas A&M, and then they beat Vanderbilt. Yeah. They had some bad losses. They lost to Florida, and I forgot who else they lost to.
I agree with Mark. I think the way they lost to Georgia and the way they lost to Ohio State is what hurts them.
I would say more so maybe the Georgia.
Yeah, I think that hurt, and then losing to y'all too.
Yeah,
Losing to
yeah.
Florida.
Florida was probably bad. I just think that Texas is a dangerous squad right now.
Well, I think because
You know
your
what I mean?
boys playing better now. I
Yeah,
think
Arch
they're a
Manning
better
looks more
team.
comfortable. Yeah.
I think the receivers are playing better now. I think that defense is playing a lot better. Like you saw that Texas A&M game, they was flying around. Like I ain't seen Texas look like that. I think that was like their best game that they played all season.
Yeah, that was the best game they looked. Yeah,
on both sides of the football, where they made
Yeah.
Marcel Reed look like, and we've seen Marcel Reed. He's had his troubles in the late, lately in these last few games. He hasn't played the greatest, but then he would always come back in the second half and just look like a different Marcel Reed. So he didn't look like that in this game. So,
Well, let me ask you this: if you were one of the top teams, which one of those three teams would you fear the most to make it? I would say Texas.
Because the way they're playing right now,
I would say Texas.
The way they're playing right now, I think they're, like I said, they're finally getting it. They finally, Ryan Ringo's looking good. The Moore kid, the receiver Moore, he's looking all right. Like
Arch Manning looking like a Heisman prospect for next year.
CJ Baxter, I think that's the kid named the running back. He's looking cool. Like their defense is flying around. That corner they got, Muhammad, he's nice. Like like they look pretty good, man.
Yeah,
they look pretty good. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I honestly, I really hope that Texas finds a way to get in. I know it's kind of a long shot, but hopefully, I don't know what would have to bounce their way, but you have to see. I think everybody's rooting for those teams. I think everybody's rooting for Texas Tech. They don't want to see BYU win that game. They do not.
No,
at all.
No, you want Texas Tech in there for sure. Just off the strength of the travel.
Yeah, that, and then, they already kind of got their spot. You don't want to add another spot with Big 12. You only get 2 Big 12 teams in there.
No, you don't. But hey, man, it should be a good week of football this week for college football. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how everything shakes out.
No, yeah.
All right, man. Some NBA news is going on around here, man. Chris Paul, he has been let go from the Clippers. So, there have been reports that him and Ty Lue have not spoke to each other in weeks. Like it's some philosophy things going on, some other things that are going on, underlining things between these two that are going on. And then we got news that Giannis, he's pretty much said he's out. He had a injury tonight.
Yeah. He has a calf injury where he could potentially be out until for at least 2-3 weeks. So
until he is traded and he's miraculously healthy on that new team that he's playing for.
Man, same situation Luka had to deal with last year. You know what I'm saying?
So, what are your overall feelings about these reports?
I'll start with the Chris Paul. I think the Chris Paul thing was. I think the Clippers look terrible. I don't think there's anything they can honestly say about that. Everybody knows I'm a huge Ty Lue guy, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The whole franchise looks bad. The timing of everything that was going, the timing of you informing Chris Paul, and the reality is you know who Chris Paul is. Like, and then on top of that, you signed him knowing this was gonna be his last year, so you knew what you was getting. You knew Chris Paul is a very vocal leader. He's not going to take the bullshit. He's like an old school mentality type of guy. He comes from the tree of, like, I want to say the tree of Kobe, but he has that same mindset of Kobe where he's not going to sugarcoat anything for anybody. And look, this franchise has been ran with Kawhi Leonard as the leader. And we see what that has looked like. Kawhi Leonard ain't no leader of men. Let's be real. Like, he's a great, talented basketball player, but he can't lead no organization. And we've seen that time and time again. So I think it's laughable that you decide to scapegoat Chris Paul as he's like this cancer of this team. And I get it. They looked really good against the Atlanta Hawks, who are a young team, and they dominated that game. And and then they can like cling to that and be like, see, we let Chris Paul go and we looked a lot better. Chris Paul was only playing like 10 to 11 minutes, and he had a whole bunch of DNPs. Like, at the end of the day, this just does not look good. This team is terrible. You've made terrible decision after terrible decision. It starts off with, I get and understand why you did Kawhi and why you traded for Paul George. But Kawhi Leonard strong-armed you to trade for Paul George, which then gave the Thunder the green light to get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and 35 million picks. You got to realize, OKC Thunder, they got potentially have three top. They could potentially have three lottery picks. You know what I mean? So they finesse you on that. Then you decided that you didn't want to keep Norman Powell. You didn't want to pay Norman Powell. And for some reason, you thought Bradley Beal and John Collins was going to be this top tier duo that can help you get over the hump when Norman Powell is a 22, 23 point plus scorer a game and he could defend. So, and then you have Kawhi Leonard. You got the whole situation with aspiration and the Steve Ballmer situation. You have the whole situation with, unfortunately, Ty Lue has been linked to the gambling situations. Not saying he's been done anything illegal, but his name has come in some reports, you know what I mean, for alleged situations. And that's kind of the situation it is. Like you did Blake Griffin dirty when you traded him. We all know that relationship kind of sour with him and Steve Ballmer. And I get it, Steve Ballmer is this exciting new owner, but ever since he started, it's just been one bad thing after one bad thing. You had opportunities to try to take over LA, even though that was never going to happen. You still ain't got no championship. You still never been to no finals, and it ain't going to happen anytime soon. So the Clippers just look like a bad franchise that we all been accustomed to seeing. Now with Giannis, look, man, Brian Windhorst and Shams Charania already kind of stated he already asked to trade during the summertime because he requested to be a Knick. So now this situation comes where Giannis is trying so hard not to be the bad guy. You know what I mean? He's trying to just kind of like tiptoe around it. Like we all know what he wants. He wants to get out of Milwaukee because they're not going to be a winning organization. He either wants to be a Knick. I'm sure the Lakers are involved. I'm sure the San Antonio Spurs. There's reports San Antonio Spurs are going to try their hardest to try to pair him and Victor Wembanyama together. And if that happens, Oklahoma City Thunder are our only hopes. There are only hopes besides potentially Jokic teaming up with Luka. That would be the only two situations where I wouldn't fear it. But if Giannis and Wemby pair together, oh my God, it's over. It's over. That's just a fact. But we'll see. I think he gets traded before the NBA trade deadline. That's what I think. Too. And obviously, you know, you kind of already stated with the calf injury that he had. You know, we're gonna say he does have the calf injury. It kind of looked like he just like, hey, but hey, man, prayers out to Giannis. No one wants to see him hurt, especially with calf injuries. You know, it's kind of like the scariest injury right now in the league right now. So hopefully it's not too serious. But we'll see, man. I think he's gonna find a new home, and honestly, I think it's gonna come down to either the Spurs, Lakers, and Knicks. That's my honest feel.
No foreigners.
Just at the foreigners. That's crazy.
That's racist, Martin. All right, man. Let's go ahead and do a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Micheal to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris and Micheal to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
Shout out to Magnet Sports Drink. All right, man, let's do our BetUS Short 5 picks, man.
Let's do it.
All right, man, what you got?
So tomorrow, Got Cowboys Lions. Big game tomorrow. Big game. I think whoever loses that game they're not going to make the playoffs. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, man. Cowboys have looked really good. The additions of Quentin Williams and some of those guys on the defensive side, they've played a lot better. And then that offense, George Pickens, my God. Go ahead, pay that man. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys +3. Tomorrow, my Lakers, no Luka Doncic, but LeBron will be playing. Austin Reeves will be playing. I know the Raptors have been playing really, really well. Shout out to Brandon Ingram. He's one of my favorite players, man. Him and Gorilla, cute little couple. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. But I'm gonna take my Lakers +1.5. I think, especially coming off that embarrassing loss to the Suns the other day, I think the Lakers are gonna rebound. And then, especially with all those videos of LeBron James not listening to JJ Redick and him goofing around with the Suns bench, that did not look good. So I expect LeBron to have a bigger game. And then I got the 76ers -4 against the Warriors. No Steph Curry. Steph Curry's out for the next week or two. I think the 76ers have been a healthier team, and I think they'll win that game. So,
yeah, I'm going to go Cowboys money line and the over 54. I'm taking UNLV on the money line. I like Texas Tech -12.5, and I'm taking Georgia -2.5. Because of YouTube's restrictions, I'm not about to be promoting BetUS like we used to.
Oh yeah.
But go to all our social media, go to our links and stuff, and go sign up. Get to 120 something % off signing bonus and all that good stuff.
Yeah. For sure.
And that does it for our BetUS for our picks. All right, man. Let's go ahead and do our NFL picks. All right, man. Like we just stated, Thursday night football, we actually got a goodie. Cowboys traveling to Detroit to face the Lions. Cowboys are 6-5-1. Lions are 7-5. Lions have been not looked particularly well these past few weeks. Cowboys are on a roll. They're on like a three-game winning streak. Lions look terrible against the Packers. I'm going Cowboys in a high-scoring game. I got 45-35.
Yeah, I like the Cowboys too. Amon-Ra, I think he has an opportunity to play, but he's still going to have a gimpy ankle. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, this Lions defense is terrible. They're terrible. They're banged up. I think they're missing like a couple guys on that back end. They still can't get no pressure on the quarterback too much. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, they're going to have a huge game for them to have a chance. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys, man. I just think they're rolling. I think the confidence is really, really high. They beat the two past Super Bowl teams these last couple weeks. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I got them winning. Let's go 31-24.
You got the Miami Dolphins traveling to New York to face the Jets. Dolphins coming off of a win. I think they played the Saints. Yeah. Then you have the Jets, who's coming off of a win too. Tyrod Taylor looked pretty good in that game. A.D. Mitchell looked really good in that game too. But I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. They're gonna win 31-27.
Yeah, this game's kind of tough, man. It's gonna be in East Rutherford. We all know the Dolphins really don't play well in the cold weather. And then the Jets, look, man, like I know they've been a bad team, but I think Aaron Glenn has been playing really, really hard. I'm gonna go with the Jets, man. I think they upset the Dolphins. I'm gonna go. Let's go 20-14.
Then you got the Steelers traveling to the Ravens. Both teams didn't look particularly well last week. Lamar Jackson coming off of 4 turnovers. Aaron Rodgers still dealing with that hand fracture. He got hurt in the middle of the game, and Buffalo just did pretty much whatever they wanted to do with that defense. Defense of the Steelers, they can't get pressure either. TJ Watt does not look the same. Cameron Hayward looks old. So,
yeah.
And that secondary has been barbecue chicken all year.
Mm-hmm.
So by default, I'm taking the Ravens because I just trust their parts a little bit more than the Steelers. So I'm gonna go Ravens 24-14.
Yeah, honestly, we got two banged up quarterbacks. Like, I think Lamar's still kind of hurt. Maybe it's the hamstring or something like that. But look, Aaron Rodgers, he looked like he left Fight Club last week with the bloody nose and the banged up wrist. And look, man, I just think right now I trust the Ravens a little bit more. I trust their offensive pieces a little bit more. I think Derrick Henry could have a decent game. The Steelers defensive line hasn't really done anything the last couple weeks at all. They can't get no pressure. And the Steelers offense is putrid. Like, it's really not that good. Like, DK Metcalf he has been non-existent. And I'm going to go with the Ravens. I just think they'll win. I think it'll be an ugly game. Let's go, I don't know. Let's go 19-16.
You got the Saints traveling to the Buccaneers, an AFC or NFC South battle. Look, man, Buccaneers are the better team. This shouldn't even be close. It probably will be closer than what people think because it's a division game, but I'm not gonna call it that way. I got the Buccaneers winning 28-10.
The Buccaneers about to blow them out because the Buccaneers are getting healthy. I think potentially Mike Evans could be back. Bucky Irvin looked like Bucky Irvin of old last week, so he's gonna get more burned. Look, I just think Buccaneers are getting healthy at the right time. I think this is an offensive explosion. I got them winning 41-13. This ain't even close. Blowout City.
And you got a big AFC South matchup. Colts coming off a loss from the Texans. Jags coming off a big win over the Titans. This could be potential for the division. Another battle for the division. I don't like the way the Colts have been looking these past few weeks. Jags, they've been finding ways to win games in spite of Trevor Lawrence. And I think they do it again in Duval. I just think, they're in Jacksonville. That crowd's going to be out there. That sun's going to be still baking them. So I got Jacksonville 31-28.
Yeah, honestly, I just think the Colts, kind of like the reverse of what the Bucs is happening with them, where they're getting healthy. I think the Colts are just getting hurt at the wrong time. Sauce Gardner, he has a calf strain, so he's going to be out probably for the rest of the regular season. Daniel Jones is playing with a fractured leg. Who knows how much longer he can survive? And it just kind of limits this offense because Daniel Jones using his legs made this offense kind of go along with what Jonathan Taylor does. So I just think it makes it a little bit more harder for him. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jags. Surprisingly, I'm going to go with the Jags, man. I agree with Mark. They're at home. I think that would definitely give them a lot of energy. And surprisingly, I'm going to go Jags. So let's go 24-18.
You got the Titans traveling to Cleveland to face the Browns. Shedeur Sanders versus Cam Ward. We thought those were going to be the top quarterbacks coming out of this draft this past year, but Shedeur dropped to the 5th round. So there's a little intrigue there. But I think the Browns defense is going to stifle this Titans offense. Is going to get to Cam Ward. Myles Garrett might break the record against the Titans.
He might, man. He might have 7 sacks alone. Look, man, this should have been a really true 1 versus 2, quarterback matchup. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with Shedeur and the Browns. I just think that defensive line is gonna give Cam a lot of trouble, and I think Shedeur is just getting a little bit more comfortable in that offense. And with Quinshon Judkins there, Jerry Jeudy, man, get your head out your ass, man. You need to perform. Like, instead of you yelling at Shedeur, you need to worry about yourself. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Browns, and I'm gonna go. Let's go 24-13.
Yeah, I had 24-10. Then you have the Commanders traveling to the Vikings. I know they said Jaden Daniels is practicing at limited base. I personally think Jaden Daniels should just sit out the rest of the season.
He should. Like, there's nothing to play for. But
this shit is over. But he might want to get out there with his guys, whatever. If he does play or if he doesn't play. I just don't trust the quarterback situation with the Vikings, man.
No,
you saw Brasner last week. He was terrible. He got beat the hell.
I think JJ's gonna play, but I don't trust his ass either.
I don't trust JJ McCarthy either. Free my man Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Get Hawkinson out of there. Bring all of them.
Yeah.
Because it's bad right now.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Commanders, man. I just think that they play hard. Even with Mariota out there, I think they play hard. And they make games interesting when they all play together. So I'm going Commanders 21-14.
Yeah, I just the only thing that would be the saving grace for the Vikings to win it is this defense, because I think the defense was playing pretty good. It was just that last week, it's just that offense couldn't do nothing. So I think at the end of the day, I agree with you. I'm gonna trust Marcus Mariota more than any of the other quarterbacks that they have. And I'm gonna go Commanders. I'm gonna go 27-14.
You got the Seahawks traveling to Atlanta to face the Falcons. Seahawks coming off of a win over Cardinals. Who they played last week?
Who, the Seahawks?
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Vikings 26-9.
That's right.
26-9.
That's right. That's right. They beat the hell out of Max Browser. And then the Falcons, I know they're coming off of a loss too, right?
Yeah, they lost to. Who they lose to? Oh, I just lost the game. They lost to the Jets.
Jets, that's right. I'm going Seahawks. That is the better team. I got them. JSN's probably gonna have. He's gonna get his streak back going. I know he didn't have a streak last week, but he's gonna get his streak back going. He's gonna have over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. I got the Seahawks winning 27-17.
Yeah, Seahawks are gonna win this game. They look very strong, especially in the first half of games. They've looked really good. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the situation where they scored 30 points in the first half again, and then kind of just chill out after that. So I could see like a 34 to. Let's go 34-10.
Yeah. Raheem Morris, count your days, brother.
Hey, count your hours. Shit.
You got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Buffalo. Bengals coming off a big win over the Ravens. Joe Burrow's back. He looked like Joe Burrows. No rust whatsoever. Just went out there and played and balled out. Yeah. The Bills coming off of a win over the Steelers. At first, it wasn't looking too good, but then, they ran all over the Steelers, and they had like 200 yards over the Steelers. So, this game it's kind of weird, but I'm gonna go with the Bengals, man. I think Joe Burrow is gonna go out there and sling the football around. I got them winning 31-24.
Bengals is winning this game. They're the better team. They got the better offensive pieces. And low key, I ain't gonna lie, the Bengals defense looks a little bit better than the Bills. I ain't gonna cap. I'm not gonna cap. Like, look, Josh Allen gonna have to get like 4 TDs, man. He gonna have to have another Superman game for them to win this game. And look, Bengals is winning this game. I think they about to go off. And you getting T. Higgins back. Brown's looking really good. We all know what Jamar Chase is, and you got a healthy Joe Burrow. So I'm gonna go. Let's go.
Only saving grace I give to Buffalo is if it's snowing,
which is a possibility. I heard there's supposed to be a big blizzard or something going on up there. But I think even then, I'm still gonna take the Bengals. So let's go 31-25.
Yeah, for sure. You got the Broncos traveling out here to Vegas to face your Raiders. Last time these two teams played, it was not exciting whatsoever. Broncos probably should have lost the game if Carlson makes any of those kicks. Yeah. Brock Bowers had a good game last week.
Brock Bowers probably had a catch of the year last week. He did. He definitely competed with catch of the year. I got no problem with Brock Bowers. I got no problem with Max Crosby. Max Crosby's looked really good. Ashton Genty, when he has lanes, he's looked really good as well. Look, man. The Broncos, look, this is how I can see this game is going to play out. The Broncos gonna play like ass for the first 3 quarters. The Raiders gonna probably be up by like 3 or 7, and then the Broncos gonna probably come back and win because Geno Smith gonna do some bullshit turnovers and shit like that. Like, number one, the Raiders have no business winning this game at all. But I could see a situation where the Broncos play like ass to begin with. Their defense is gonna keep them in the game and contain it, and then the Broncos will find a way to win in the fourth quarter. So I could see a situation where it's like a 21 to 18, 21-17 type of game.
Oh yeah, 24-10.
Yeah. Count your hours, Pete Carroll. You're time to retire, baby. Time to retire.
You got the 1 seed Chicago Bears going to Lambeau Field to face the Packers in a NFC North battle. Packers coming off of a big win over the Lions, putting the beats down on them.
Yep.
I don't know. It's a tough one for me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I don't know who to pick in this one. I really don't, because as soon as I start buying into Packers stock, they let me down every goddamn time. And then the Bears win against the Eagles was very impressive last week. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been playing, and I asked you earlier this year, like, they've been playing a lot of these close games and just squeaking them out at the end. I was like, can they maintain this? And you even said no.
Yeah,
but they've been maintaining it. They've been doing it, and they've been playing a lot better and better each week. Their running game is really good, and Caleb Williams, you know, saying he makes enough plays to keep them afloat. But only because it's in Lambeau, I'm taking the Packers 24-21.
Yeah, Mark. Honestly, I'll answer your question real quick before I get to the game. Like, I would love Tomlin to be our head coach. He can definitely change the culture of that. He's a no-nonsense guy. That's somebody we need in our organization. Look, again, I'm not the biggest Mendoza fan, but I get it. At this point, the Raiders should draft a quarterback every year until they connect on one. I think that should be the goal. So if it's him, I'm gonna root for him. It'll be a breath of fresh air, and we'll go with it. So I love that. As far as like the Bears and Packers, look, Jordan Love got his game of the year out the way. He's gonna have a terrible week. He's gonna have a terrible week this week. I already know. I just know. I see it. I got the Bears winning. I think this Bears team is playing really good football. Caleb Williams doesn't turn the ball over. He's been one of the more consistent quarterbacks. I love him using his legs as well. And I think they still have some great weapons like DJ Moore, Roma Dunza. I love Colston Loveland. I love the running back situation that they have with the Chicago Bears, like Swift and Mungwai. That might be that's a dangerous tandem right there. You know what I mean? So, and Ben Johnson, you look, man, he out here ripping off his shirt and flexing and shit. Like, my man in shape, man. You know what I mean? So
in the gym, I was like, all right, man.
And then honestly, at the end of the day, man, I think this is just, certain teams just have that luck for the year where they win a lot of close games. And I just think the Bears are one of those teams where I don't know what their record is with games under 7 points, but I think they have a great winning percentage from what I know. So I'm gonna go with the Bears, man. I think it's another close game. I think they win. I think they find a way to contain Mike Parsons for a little bit to get some lanes open for Caleb Williams. And yeah, man, I'm gonna go with them. Let's go 24-21.
Then you got the Rams traveling to Arizona. Rams coming off of a bad loss against the Panthers. Cardinals, I forgot what they lost to, but they lost. I think, what did they lose to? I forgot. But I think the Rams win. They get their bounce back. I think Matthew Stafford gets his bounce back game. He didn't have a good game last week. He had a pick six, another pick. But I think this offense will play a lot better than what they played last week. It's hard when an LA team goes to the East Coast. They just don't play well when they go to an East Coast team. So I got the Rams winning 31-20.
Yeah, they're gonna have a bounce back. Especially with that loss to the Panthers. Yeah, I got the Rams winning. I'm gonna go. Let's go 31-20.
Then you got Sunday Night Football in Arrowhead. Texas travel to Kansas City. Kansas City's on their life, no lifelines left. This is it. They lose, it's over. No playoffs. Texans, they got to keep winning to keep pace in the AFC South. And the Texans defensive line has been playing. The defense period is playing well. CJ Stroud has done enough in these past few games just to keep that offense afloat. The Chiefs coming off a bad loss against the Cowboys. Look, man, all I got is they 5-1 at home. That's all I got. They 5-1 at home. They play better at home. I got us winning 24-17.
I think the Texans defense is probably the best unit on this field for that game. I just don't know how this Texas offense is going to perform. I really don't know. CJ Stroud, I really don't know who's going to win this game, bro. I really don't know. I'm gonna pick the Texans because I want y'all to not make the playoffs. I do not. A part of me doesn't want y'all to make the playoffs, but another part of me doesn't want y'all to have a decent draft pick where y'all can get somebody good. You know what I mean? So,
Woods, baby, let's go.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So I'm kind of like in a rock and a hard place. I say if I had to put faith in anything, I would probably say the Chiefs probably find a way to win, just because I just don't trust that Texans offense. I love that defense, but I can see Patrick Mahomes has played really well. I ain't gonna lie. Like I looked, I know I was kind of talking my shit, especially during fantasy purposes, especially with Cris. But looking at statistically, Patrick Mahomes, if they had a winning record, look, I'll say this. I'll give the Chiefs fans something. I'll say this: if the Chiefs were having a great season and a winning record, I think Patrick Mahomes might be landslide MVP.
Really?
He might be landslide.
So?
I think so. I think he's played really well. He's played really well. I think he's played really well.
I think he's playing at the MVP level. I just think that we can't get no 4-man rush for the pass rush.
No. I'm not saying. I just think I'm just saying this. I just think if the Chiefs circumstances were different and they were like, let's say, number one in their division, I think they could easily be. I think he could easily be MVP favorite right now. I think he could.
Yeah. No, he balled out last week. It was just the defense.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you look statistically wise, I think Patrick Mahomes, I hate to say it, he's played pretty damn good. You know what I mean? He's had some boneheaded interceptions and stuff like that. But again, I think Patrick Mahomes has played really well. I'll give y'all that.
Yeah. And then we got Monday night football. The Philadelphia Eagles are traveling to the LA Chargers. Eagles coming off a bad loss against the Bears. Chargers coming off a big win over your Raiders. Now Justin Herbert, he did have surgery on his non-throwing hand. They're saying that he might try to play. It would be interesting to see because we saw the situation with Aaron Rodgers. He had the same thing with him. I don't think he had surgery though, but still had the same thing. He sat out a game. So, man, this is a difficult game to pick for me, man. I just don't know because I don't know what I'm gonna give with the Eagles offense, man. I just don't know. Saquon don't look the same.
Nah.
He just don't. He look like he hurt.
Yeah.
Or he just tired. His body's wore down from running for 2,000 yards last year. I personally think that. And then playing all the way up to February and winning the Super Bowl. I think it took a toll on his body. And then they just look so sad. They look unhappy. They look miserable. The offensive line is not as good as it's been in the past few years. Maivea hasn't played well. You're missing Lane Johnson. The interior is not as good as it's been. It's just, I hate to do this. I'm going Chargers 24-21.
I just think it depends on if Herbert's able to play. If Herbert's able to play, I'll probably take the Chargers as well, especially with them getting Marion Hampton back. If he's not playing, I'm gonna take the Eagles, but I don't know. It's just kind of based on that for me. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. All right, man. That does it for our NFL picks.
Mm-hmm.
Got anything else, player?
Nah. I think I'll save all the boxing stuff for Monday. I know we got a guest coming on Monday for boxing. So man, I ain't got nothing.
Yeah. Hey, Andy Reid, man, you gotta choose different terminology, man. When you talking about you gonna can't be talking about tickling people's tonsils, man. You can't be doing that. Yeah, got us out here looking crazy out here, man.
Nah, yeah, that's crazy.
6-6 got you bugging, Andy.
Nah, yeah, for real.
If I was Patrick Mahomes and them right there, like, coach, you gotta chill, man.
Mm.
All right, man. If you look at the screen, scan that QR code for the WWE shop. Get all your merch from all your favorite superstars from Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Liv Morgan is back. You get Stephanie Van Kier, and then you got John Cena. His last match is coming up soon, in a couple of weeks. LA Knight, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes. Go on, scan that QR code and get all your merch from there. And if you want to donate to the Cris Mall podcast, you can donate to our Cash App, Cris Mall Podcast. We will appreciate whatever you donate to us. Whatever streaming platform that you use to listen to your podcast, whether it be Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, wherever you use, we are available on there. Also, first time watch on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So when we go live Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can jump in the lives. You can talk about these topics like Mark does every week. We appreciate you, Mark. You're always supporting us, dog, coming in here, speaking these topics with us. But yeah, man, you can be like Mark, man, come in here and give us your opinion. If you agree with us, disagree with us, we want to hear from you, man. And if you're listening on a playback, leave a comment in the comment section. We will comment back at you.
For sure.
And whatever social media platform that you use, whether it be X and Instagram and TikTok and Twitch and Threads and Facebook, wherever you use, we are available at Cris Mall. You can follow us. We'll follow you back. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. Also, if you have critiques or feedback, or if you have a question or topic that you want us to bring up and we like said topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mentions. Before I get out of here, did you watch Stranger Things?
No, I did not. So don't ruin it for me.
No, ruin it, dog. Why would I do that?
Shit, you already lost one friendship off from ruining it. Don't ruin another one, dog.
No, you didn't. Why you bring that up? Why you bring that up, man? All right, y'all. We'll be back Monday. We got a special guest coming on. My guy Boogie. He's coming on. Talk boxing, talk some football. We're gonna really have some fun on Monday, man. So tap in with us on Monday, man, because we got a lot to speak on, especially on the boxing team, because there's a lot of shit going on.
A lot of good.
Oh, before we get out of here, who you got? Pitbull, Lamont Rounds. Who you got?
When's that fight?
This weekend.
Is this weekend? Oh shit! I'm gonna go with Roach. I'm gonna go with Roach.
Me too. You know how I feel about Pitbull. I think he's over.
I think he's over. I totally forgot about that fight. I'm gonna have to watch that.
And I think the Foster and Fulton fight is on there too.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to tune in. Is that out here? That's not out here, is it?
No, I don't think it's out here.
Oh, okay. What's that on? The Zone? Is that on The Zone?
No, I think it's PBC.
Oh, they got. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are they showing the fight? Where are they showing the fight on?
I think it's just regular pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
You just pay for it. I don't know what state. I think it's regular pay-per-view though.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it should be some good fights. You know what I'm saying? Laura, his opponent, got tested positive. I think it's Jenna Beek or whatever his name is, the one that was calling out Crawford. He tested positive for PED, so they had to get a replacement. And actually, the dude that he's facing, actually beat Laura 10 years ago. So we'll see. So all right, good people, we'll see y'all on Monday.
Yes, sir. See y'all later, man.